Blockbuster was once the king of Friday nights. With thousands of stores, millions of customers, and a near monopoly on movie rentals, Blockbuster looked unstoppable. They were worth billions, expanding fast and dominating the entertainment world. And then almost overnight, they collapsed. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains, a lonely reminder of a company that ignored the future. But the real twist in this story is that Blockbuster had the chance to buy the company that replaced them for just $50 million. And they laughed in the founder's face. This is the story of Netflix versus Blockbuster. The story begins in the late 1990s, when a man named Reed Hastings had a simple problem. He was frustrated, and he wondered why movie rentals worked this way. Why couldn't people rent movies without penalties, without due dates, without the hassle? At the time, DVDs were a brand new technology. They were thin, lightweight, and easy to ship. Reed Hastings and his co-founder Mark Randolph realized something Blockbuster didn't. DVDs made it possible to build a rental service that required no stores at all. So they created Netflix, a mail-based DVD rental service with one rule: no late fees, ever. It was a tiny company at first. Most people didn't understand it, and Blockbuster didn't take it seriously. After all, Blockbuster owned nearly 10,000 stores and had a loyal customer base. But Netflix had something Blockbuster didn't: vision. Netflix believed the future of entertainment was online. But at that time, internet speeds were too slow for streaming. So Netflix built a customer base through the mail, one DVD at a time, while quietly preparing for a bigger future. But Netflix struggled financially in the early years. They were burning cash, growing slowly, and getting crushed by Blockbuster's dominance. So in the year 2000, Reed Hastings flew to Dallas to meet Blockbuster executives and proposed something bold. Blockbuster could buy Netflix for $50 million. Reed believed the two companies could partner. Blockbuster would handle the stores. Netflix would run the online service. Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, laughed. He didn't just reject the offer. He dismissed the entire idea of online rentals. To him, Netflix wasn't competition. It was a joke. That meeting became one of the biggest missed opportunities in business history. They innovated, they grew, and they built something Blockbuster never saw coming: the world's first mainstream streaming service. Meanwhile, Blockbuster was falling apart. Their late fees, the same thing Netflix had eliminated, made up a huge percentage of Blockbuster's profits. In fact, Blockbuster earned nearly $800 million a year from late fees alone, but customers hated them for it. And when Netflix arrived with no late fees, customers switched. Blockbuster tried to fight back. They copied Netflix, launched their own mail service, and even removed late fees for a while. Netflix had already become a habit. The red envelopes were everywhere. Netflix understood data, understood customer behavior, and understood the direction technology was moving. But the biggest blow came from the internet itself. As speeds increased, streaming became possible. Netflix launched its streaming service in 2007, changing the entertainment world forever. No more physical stores. Just click, watch, and enjoy. Blockbuster never recovered. Their business model, built entirely around physical stores and late fees, collapsed almost instantly. By the time they tried to adapt, they were drowning in debt. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy in 2010, closing thousands of stores and watching its empire disappear. Meanwhile, Netflix grew into a global entertainment giant, producing original content, dominating streaming, and becoming worth over $200 billion. What makes this story so unbelievable is how close Blockbuster was to changing everything. If Blockbuster had bought Netflix for $50 million, they could have owned the future of entertainment. They could have led the streaming revolution instead of being destroyed by it. But arrogance, pride, and a stubborn refusal to adapt turned Blockbuster into a cautionary tale. The lesson is simple: innovation doesn't wait. Technology doesn't pause. And companies that underestimate the future often get replaced by those who build it. This is Business Untold. Subscribe for the next story.